something, 20-something. We need all that. So you gotta come with that 5. F-Y-5. Hold you accountable 2020.
Hey guys, so I am finally committing to making this budget and saving video for you guys. I know y'all have been on me about doing it and I have been putting it out for the longest. So for those of you who don't know me, I am B. Lacole. Well, I go by B. Lacole on social media. I own a boutique, 20-something boutique. You can find that at shop20something.com. I have a Facebook group for millennials called 20-something, and I also own a charity organization called 20-something Cares. So that's a little bit the business side of me. I'm also a big advocate for saving, smart money management. So if you don't know, some of you will, some of you won't. Some of the things that I've accomplished, me and my husband, our first year of marriage, we paid off all of our debt. Dad accounted to $40,000 in student loan. He didn't have any debt, I had debt, so we paid that off. We paid for our wedding in cash before we got married, and that was about $40,000. Of course, our parents helped us, but for the majority of it, we paid for ourselves. We wanted to make sure we went into our marriage not adding any more debt, because we already had this $40,000 moving over us. And since then, we've consistently been able to save over 5 figures a year. Won't say the number, but because it fluctuates each year, we are some professional savers, if I must say so myself. So, and it didn't start when we got married. We already knew each other's money management habits and behavior. Of course, my husband is like, he's on 10 with it, and I probably was on maybe an 8 with it, and now I'm probably on 10 with him. But before we got married, we both had our own individual savings goals or financial goals prior to getting married. But after we got engaged and really discussed like what debt we had, what we needed to eliminate before we tied the knot, how we were going to pay our wedding off before we got married, what we wanted to come into the marriage with, because I had this bright idea of let's pay off my student loans as soon as we get married. And so we had a plan prior to marriage. We didn't come into marriage just having not talked to each other about how we view finances and how we view saving and money. And of course, people right now are so big on invest your money. And that's good. Not a problem with that. We don't not believe in investing. We just believe that there are some steps that should be handled before you start taking that big of a risk, because investing is a risk no matter how it goes. Like people always say the richest people in the world, they got their wealth by investing, they didn't get it by saving and blah blah blah. But people never talk about the losses that come with investing. And that's, I mean, it's some losses that comes with investing. It's not I'm gonna give my money away and I'm getting it right back. It doesn't work like that. You may or may not. So we have our own thoughts about investing, and maybe I'll make a video on that later on, because this is not what this video is about. This video is about saving and budgeting, just becoming more on top of your finances and kind of like a master of your finances. This video is not about comparison. I don't want you to go on this journey feeling like you have to have the same amount of money I have saved, or we have saved, or your friend, or you're making 30 but you feel like I have to have the same amount of money somebody making $100,000 have saved. No, this is about being the best version of you that you can be when it comes to mastering your finances. This is not about mastering somebody else. It's your finances, your individual finances, not anybody else. You're not gonna have the same income as someone else. You're not gonna have the same expenses. Y'all not gonna have the same debt. Like, it's you're your own individual person. It's your own individual journey. My goal is to get you to the point where you feel confident in managing your money at its highest potential, and you feel that you can, not only that you feel confident, but you do it. So another disclaimer. I have two disclaimers before we get into everything. One, this is the Browns way. This is how Brittany Brown and Travis Brown brought their thoughts together and made it work for them. So I don't want you to feel like I have to do what they did, exactly how they did it. Take from this what you can and apply it to your life. Everything is not going to work for everybody. And not only that, if you have a quitter mentality mindset or a person full of excuses, because people DM me all the time, and most of the time they're full of excuses as why they can't save or why they can't manage their money better. This is not for you. I'm sorry. Like, you just like, it's sacrifice, but there's success in your sacrifices. It's gonna be worth it, but it's gonna be work. I can't tell you that this is gonna be easy, piece of cake, a breeze. No, I literally had a breakdown. I think I had two towards the end of us paying off our student loans. I literally had a breakdown. It was hard. It was hard on me because I'm used to always having my hair done. I didn't even always have my nails done, but the fact that during that time I didn't get my nails done, I didn't shop, I didn't get my hair done, because I didn't get my hair done consistently. It really like broke me towards the end, but I did it. We did it. We don't have the debt. We don't have any debt. When I say we don't have any debt, I mean that because we do use our credit cards, but we don't put more on our credit cards than we can pay. Like, if we have something on our credit card, it's in our account too. So, you know, it's different reasons why we use our credit cards. I have a business, of course, so I use my business card a lot. We have our own individual credit cards, but it helps us keep up with things easier. My husband like audits our budget like every week, so it's easier for him. We have our own, and then we get points, so it's just our own individual reasons why we use our credit cards. But we are aware, and we make sure that we understand that we do not use our credit cards. You do not use your credit cards to increase your lifestyle. No, this is how you end up with more debt than you can freaking count. Your credit cards are not to be used to increase your lifestyle. That's just not it. Like, no, you don't do it. If you're doing it, quit it. You're just digging yourself in a hole, bigger and bigger hole. Like, we gotta get out of that habit of digging ourselves in holes. So quit it if you've been doing it. This is gonna be a 3-part series, I think that's what in my mind, it makes sense for it to be a 3-part series. I don't want to overload you with information, and once you finish watching it, you're overwhelmed. This is not supposed to overwhelm you. I want it to feel kinda easy, kinda like you can digest the information, kinda like you can do this on your own. So that means I have to give you resources and tools to do that, along with all of these fancy and hopeful words and sentences I put together. Okay, so this first video is about the importance of understanding what you're doing with your money now. Like, you cannot plan to do something totally different than you did last year if you don't know what you did last year with your money. And I find that people are not consistent with monitoring their spending behaviors. I don't understand how people make it like that. That scares the shit out of me. But one thing that me and my husband realized early on, I think even before we got engaged, and then when we got engaged, and now that we're married, is we have to have a plan, and we have to work that plan. And we can't deviate from that plan. And if we deviate from that plan, we have to still balance it back out where it makes sense. And what I mean by that is we literally, everything has a number. Everything has a number. Everything has a budget. Every single thing. Going to Walmart to pick up groceries, that's $100 every 2 weeks. We don't go over. We do go over, we gotta go under somewhere else, you know? we go out to eat, I think our budget is $200 every weekend. We don't go over. If we go over, we gotta make it up somewhere else. We just balled out on Friday. Saturday, we might be in the house cooking. Sunday, we might be, eating from Chicken Express or Popeyes. That's how it works for us. Every single thing has a number. It breaks down in a category. So I came up with this budget workbook for you guys because it's the only way that made sense for me when it comes to getting you on track to step one of better managing your money. Most people I talk to, they have no clue. Like, they ask me, can they do something, but they don't even have the information on hand when I ask. Like, okay, what are you spending on this? What are you spending on this? Or how much, they have no clue. So we can't get to the good part if we don't backtrack and understand what we did. So this workbook, I spent a lot of time creating, going back and forth, changing it. I want it simplified but effective. That's my whole process for everything. Simplify the process for you, but make it very effective. So I'll go through it a little bit. It does cost, but I feel like if you invest in it, then you're investing in yourself and actually going through the process of making this work for you. So basically what this workbook is supposed to do is have you visually draw a picture of what you did last year. What you spent your money on last year. What was you doing last year with your money that now this year you like, I got to get on top of my finances. And you probably don't even know. You probably like, oh, I think I might have spent a lot of money on this or that. I don't really know. No, we need to know what you did last year to understand what you gonna do this year. So basically, you get the workbook. First page is an example. So it's an example breakdown. So it's color coded, and then right here it tells you all different types of expenses that you may or may not have. If you don't have them, put 0. And this is an example what your work should look like. Okay? Then here's a blank example that you will work on. And you gotta work on it. And you need to, because doing the work makes you more accountable, makes you more aware. And sometimes people are like, dang, I just didn't know I was doing it. My first year out of college, I made $31,000. I still saved, but when I went to do my taxes that first year, I worked at a clothing store. I worked at Lowe's, and I went through all of my bank statements for the year and looked at how much money I spent on clothes, and it blew my mind. I said, what in the world? I can't even remember. It was in the thousands, but it just blew my mind that I would spend so much money on clothes. And I'm like, I'm not even wearing these clothes regularly. I probably wore this one time. Like, what am I doing? So that next year, I was very intentional about not that I didn't buy clothes, because I did buy clothes, but I made it where I was aware of, I had a budget for it. I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was spending. And this goes to show you that when people talk to me, they don't know what they're spending on stuff. So that's why I wanted you to do the work on this workbook to make sure you're aware of what you're doing, so we can get you to the place where you're an expert at your finances, you're a master at what you do. So this is where this worksheet comes in place. So you're gonna have to pick up real childish. You're gonna have to pick up some crayons or colored pencils, whatever that's gonna get you right. But I think that, I'm a visual learner, and I think that doing this will really help you see easily, what the freak I've been doing. Dang. So that's that part. And then we have the same one for your savings and debt. The savings and debt chart. And so you basically gonna look at this is what I have saved. And one thing I noticed, people will have savings and they don't know what they're saving for. We have a number for everything. I'm telling you, it's a number and it's a name for everything in the Brown household. We save for car maintenance, we save for house, we save for a new car because both our cars old. We know that they're gonna go out. We save for vacations. And everything in our savings is broken down by what it's for. So if I have this amount saved for a new car, once we go try to buy a new car when we need it, we ain't going over that number. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to have a number for everything you do. It just makes it easier. Debt chart. Some of you just living life in debt and you ain't thinking about it. It's there. Debt gonna always be there. I ain't worried about it. I'm just gonna pay my monthly payments. It's gonna be there. I'm gonna still fall out and the debt's still gonna be there. This not, you wanna, one thing that I feel about debt, and again, this is the Browns way. That's an interesting mentality to have. You're gonna always be indebted to someone. 6 months ago, I lost my job. We didn't have any debt. All we had was our expenses. I didn't feel obligated. Like we didn't, when we talked about it as a husband and wife, was this for our family at the time. It wasn't, you need to hurry up and get a job ASAP. Because we not only do we have all these expenses and these bills, we have this debt this debt that we gotta take care of too. So if you have that debt gonna always be there mindset, then you're gonna always be indebted to something. You're gonna be indebted to your job. You're gonna be a slave to debt. So you need to know where your debt is. How you get there? What we gonna do to get rid of it? Okay. Then the next one will be your own. Like that's the example. This is the one where you do the work for it, right? You're gonna go through your savings and see like, damn, I ain't saved shit. Are you gonna be like, damn, I'm not doing as bad as I thought. But I also want you to break your debt down. Break your savings down. I save this amount, I have this amount in savings. What am I saving for? What is it for? I have $1,000. What is it for? I have $10,000. What is it for? You know, gotta know what it's for as well. And your debt, you gotta know what you got. And then I want you to look at your debt compared to your savings. One thing that I have realized that it is so easy for us to commit to being in debt. So easy. I'm going to get this new car. I'm going to buy this house. I'm going to swipe my card. I'm going to get this Louis. I'm going to get this and this and this and this. So easy for us to be a slave to acquiring debt. But when it comes to saving, we have all, I hear nothing but excuses from people. I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this, I got this to do, I got this to do. We have got to stop that. Like, it shouldn't be easier for us to get in debt than it is for us to save, to put ourselves in a better position. So after all of that, we have our last page, which is kind of like a financial recap overview. And this page is basically for you to, I figured out where my money went. I figured out how much I got saved, how much debt I have, where the debt is, what the savings is, what these expenses are. Now I need to think about it. Now I need to reflect on it. So I didn't make it like super in-depth questions that's overwhelming. Just simple questions to make you pen to paper and to think about it. That's it. That's all. Just to reflect on it, pen to paper, and to think about it. Not only that, I've created Excel workbook for you to get your numbers faster and quicker. So basically what you'll do is you'll throw your data in it and it's gonna automatically calculate it for you, and you just do your workbook. If you're not familiar with Excel, I have an instructions tab that will be in the workbook. It'll walk through how to put your information in it, how to run it, and it's gonna spit out the numbers for you. Not only that, I have a chart that it'll kind of show you, like, for those months where your spike was in your spending. And the workbook, the Excel, is only 3 months worth of data because it's an example. It's not like 12 months because that would have just took me too long, and I'm trying to get this information out to you. So what I want you to do is get 12 months worth of financial data. That's work. It's gonna be work. You should be able to pull it in Excel easily from your bank. And then if you have your credit card, you should be able to pull an Excel file as well. But we're not going to the next part until we get this part taken care of. I really wanted to make it one video, but I could not make it make sense to make one video. I had, in my mind, it's broken down. It's a process. If I made this one video, you probably would feel like, oh, this is gonna be easy peasy. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm going to walk you through how we think, how we operate, and how you can take some of those gems and utilize it for yourself. So that's why the first video you may feel like, oh, she didn't tell us nothing. No, I'm not telling you nothing until you could tell me something about what you're doing. So I need you to be aware of where your money is going before we can get to the next part. The next part is going to be, okay, now you know where your money is going. Now we want to plan how we want it to go going forward to hit that savings goal. And then how can we do that? For instance, I was doing a budget for somebody. Last year I did a few budgets for people free. Like I took their data, I looked at what they were spending their money on, and I like drilled them. Like, what are you doing? Like, look, I even broke it, their debt, their savings, everything. Like, it was very detailed. So one of the people I did it for last year, their grocery bill was high. I felt was high. It's like maybe $400 a month. I don't know, it was high. And I think it was just her and her child or whatever. And I just was like, hey, I think this is high. I think you got some potential in here to save more in this one little expense. Because it's just me and my husband, and we managed to do just $100 every 2 weeks. And I gave her some ideas of what she could do, how she can accomplish it. One of the biggest things is, if you can't go in the store and stick to your budget, don't go in the store. Pull up that Walmart grocery app or whoever grocery app and put the stuff in your cart, see where you at, where you over and under, and just delete, keep modifying until you get to your budget. Then shop like that. All these statuses, I went into Target to buy a $5 this, I walked out with a $200 buggy. No, that's not managing your money effectively. That is just, you walk into Target with, I'm not spending, this is my budget, this is what I'm coming in here for, this is what I'm spending, and I'm getting out. And this stuff is cute, but like I tell people, stuff is stuff. This stuff may or may not be in here a year from now, but something similar will be. You'll be fine. You will be okay leaving that stuff in Target. Okay leaving that stuff in Walmart. You do not get to be oblivious to how you're spending your money. It should not work like that. So that's why this video may seem like she ain't told us nothing. I can't tell you nothing until you do something, until you tell me something. So I wanted every video to kind of be a work type situation, like a worksheet, like homework. I tell you the reason why it's important, kind of give you some examples for me. Like I told you, everything me and Travis does have a number associated with. At the beginning of the year, we figure out how much we're spending on vacation, what vacations can we take. We're not going over. And the goal is to come under if we can. And most of the times we do come under on our vacation budget, but that's just how we operate. People know if they ask us or ask me, can you do this? Or throwing some, I have to see, I have to look at my budget. I have to see if I got that money. Like, it's set for the year. I'm not, anything else I can't take on to it. Unless I can decrease somewhere else and make up for the expense. So I want you that's watching this video that's committed to being a better money management, a better manager of your money, to commit to knowing where your money is going. Put it on pen and paper, put it down, look at it, see where you can, like I told you about that year I looked at how much money I spent on clothes and I'm like, what the freak? I want you to be like, what the freak? Why did I buy all of this? Like, where is this stuff now? So that's it for this video. Next video is gonna be down good and gritty, I feel like. But for this video, I need you to tell me where you at. So I think I'm gonna give about 2 weeks. Don't forget to download your workbook, budget workbook, and to download the Excel file if you need the Excel file. I promise you this Excel file will make this easier, and it's also something you can keep adding on to it forever. Make sure you pay attention to the instructions tab. If you get to the point where you just feel like it's too much, I can't figure this file out, I really simplify. I could have made it so complex, so beautiful, but like so confusing unless you're like an Excel expert. But my thing was, no, I can't do that. I have to make it simple. That way anybody can use it, anybody can. I didn't want it to overwhelm you or make you quit already. We just at the first step, cannot quit. So those 2 things, I'll have them linked below where you can purchase them from my site. If you need help with your Excel file, I will have a place where you can pay for me to do it for you. And I'm only, like, if you commit to paying me to do it for you, then I'll do it for you. But I really want you to do it for yourself. And I understand if you may be way too busy or you just, Excel scares you, then I will do it for you once you give me the information I need. But I really want you to do it for yourself, because if you're looking at your data yourself, you form a relationship with it in a way. So that's it. That's it for this first video. The second video is gonna be good, and the third one is gonna be really good too, I think. But the first video is just about getting yourself to a place where you know what you're doing, so we can get to a place of where we want to go, or you know where we're going, or where you can go. So get your little workbook. Just go ahead and get you a binder. Actually, I just found this binder here, put my stuff in it, because we're gonna add to it as we go along. Download your Excel workbook. You're gonna be so thankful that I made that for you, and it took some time, but I got you covered. And I think I'm gonna give maybe 2 weeks, a week or 2. Make sure you come back and comment that you're done, so I'll know, okay, I need to go ahead and get this other video out, or that you're working on it. So make sure you guys subscribe, you like, you comment, turn on your notifications, so when I drop a video, you'll get those notifications. I promise you, I'm not gonna be like a video crazy person. I'm not big on videos. I'm gonna try to do better than I did last year, which was nothing, basically. But let's get on this journey of being better with our money and not feeling intimidated by our finances. So we're at 30 minutes. I wanted to be under 30 or 25 minutes, so we're there. Peace out, and thank you for watching.